Hi, I'm Phil from Sweet Seats. We have along Blue, the sales lab, to help with this video. Today we're going to be going through an installation on a 2015 E-Z-GO RXV. There are, for seats on an RXV, there's two different series, 2016 and newer and the 1998 to 2015. While the seats themselves are different, so you have to make sure you have the correct seat, they are going to mount exactly the same way. So for that part, we don't have to worry about it. To start with, we're going to work with the backrest. What you'll need is a T45 Torx bit, and the seats mount really easy. There's just 4 screws. For the seat back, we're going to be reusing the original seat mount screws. In fact, most of the hardware we're going to be reusing on this. We can take our original seat here and put it off to the side. Some of the plastic that's in here. When you got your Sweet Seats, the hardware that you should have gotten with them be a stabilizer bar that gets used in the back of the seats. There's going to be 4 1/4-20 bolts with lock washers and washers that we would use to mount the stabilizer back to the seat backs, and then there's going to be 6 Phillips screws that get used for mounting the hinge tabs, and that would be on the base. What we're mounting today is a 2-piece back. We also make Sweet Seats for the RXVs in a 1-piece back. When we do a 2-piece back, because the struts where these mount to are off center, we have a stabilizer bar that goes across here to keep them from pushing in. If you don't like the use of stabilizer bar, just order it as a 1-piece back. The seats will look essentially the same. Just gets to be your preference. There are few tricks that you may have to use when you mount a 1-piece back, and that would be loosening up the roof struts to get all the bolts to line up, because sometimes they'll shift when you pull the original seat off. But to get started with this, we're going to mount our stabilizer bar, and this we're going to mount just kind of loose. We don't want to make it real snug because we're going to make it so that we can adjust it once we have it on there. Okay, so these we have on there, and they're just loosely mounted so that they can still move. We'll bring the seat around to here, and we'll start by getting one of our bolts started. And we'll want to start by just finger tightening these. Don't want to use a power tool to drive these in, because you can cross thread and make the T-nuts spin. Okay, so we got that one started. all of the original M10 bolts that come from the factory. If you're installing them on an older cart, sometimes you'll find that you'll pull these bolts out and you'll find some rust and some other debris in there. If you have a die that you can run off of it, for it to be an M10 8 pitch, I believe, it can help clean that up and make the installation a little bit easier. These bolts look pretty good, so there's not a lot of resistance to putting them in. Now, before we tighten those all the way up, we'll make sure that we're pretty square on there. Looks like we're good for that. Not tilting down or anything. So now that we've got them all started pretty good, we don't have to worry about cross-threading them. Okay, now we'll want to tighten up our bolts on the back here for the stabilizer bar. If you have one, I like using a ratcheting combination wrench, but otherwise you can go in there with each one. Just pull this back a little bit. If you don't have a ratchet that fits back there real good, you could also remove the sweater basket just by removing the two short bolts that are on the back right here. Most of the time I just figure that We'll get by with that. This one's fine. All right, our seat backs are on and solid. Now we can mount our hip restraints. So for this we'll reuse the original hardware also, except for the screws on the hinge tabs. Watch out for glued the sails head. Pull our hinge tabs off. Set those aside, we won't be using those. And we're done with this seat. So, start by getting our hinge tabs mounted. All right. Now we're ready for our hinge tabs, our hip restraints. So we'll get one corner started. And then it helps once you get one of them going. Bring that in a little bit. And then it can help here. Foam is new, it can be a little stiff. Get it down on the edge. Okay, loosen this one up a little bit. And repeat for the other side. And here I'm just pushing down to get that first corner going. Get that started. Tighten these up a little bit, but brings those hinge tabs in closer. Get our next one started. There we go. From this point on, they mount just like the original seats. There we go. That's an installation on a 2015 E-Z-GO RXV. Pretty much the same for all the RXVs and very similar for all the suite seats, depending on which configuration you go. Thanks for watching our video today.